Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So today is a wonderful, magical, beautiful, extravagant, extraordinary day. And the reason for that is because Julius Malema, one of South Africa's most hateful individuals, has been convicted of being a criminal. That's right. Now earlier this year he was convicted as a racist, and now he is convicted as a criminal. And if you don't believe me, listen to what the judge had to say in this case.
The court finds as follows. Indeed, the inference sought is supported by all the facts contained as per the evidence
Malema is
presented
accused
in
number
court,
one.
and therefore the following findings are made. You may stand up, accused 1 and 2.
Malema is one.
Accused 1, in respect of counts 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you are found guilty as charged.
Booyah! Number one, which is Julius Malema, guilty of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what are the counts? Let's quickly have a look at what is going to happen with regards to Julius Malema here. Alright, so he is found guilty of unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of ammunition, discharging a firearm in a public area, reckless endangerment of persons or property, and lastly, failing to take responsible precautions to avoid danger. Now, all of this stems from South Africa's Firearm Control Act and common law, and the sentencing will take place on January the 23rd. And the mandatory minimum sentence is 15 years imprisonment, though the court can impose a lesser term if substantial and compelling circumstances are found. A sentence over 1 year would bar him from holding a public office, including his parliamentary seat, and Malema said that he's planning to appeal the conviction. So just very quickly, I know that the judge took 3 days in order to read out her verdict. But the reason for that is because she had full-blown flu, she wasn't feeling well, and what would have taken maybe a day and a little bit took 3 days. But it's also important to note that she should be given praise for the way in which she read out the entire judgment, because this now makes it a lot more difficult for Julius Malema to just successfully appeal, because he would have to give reasons why he's appealing. And the fact that she read 3 days worth of information out tells me that she is making this so that this case can't really be appealed. And now Julius Malema will have to approach the appeals court of South Africa and potentially will have to ask whether it can be appealed rather than just automatically lodging an appeal. So this is quite a great decision that was made by the judge to ensure that this case is watertight and that her verdict cannot really be disputed. So I think that's really important to take note of. But as we saw in the reading of the verdict, Julius Malema was not interested. Afterwards, he went out and celebrated with the crowd of people that were there. And, you know, of course, in typical Julius Malema fashion, instead of doing the honorable thing, after the verdict was read where they found him guilty, he went and did this outside.
Shoot to kill, Yamasa. Shoot to kill, kill them. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer.
Yeah, so talk about a man that doesn't learn his lesson, a convicted racist, a convicted criminal, and that is why he's called the CIC, the convicted in court. That's right. So we should all now call him the CIC because he is a convicted criminal. So it is truly a phenomenal day for South Africa where people are actually held responsible for their actions. It's unfortunate that this case took 7 years to get to this point. If this was somebody like you or me or just a random South African citizen, this case would have been done within 6 months to a year. But because it was Julius Malema, 7 years. Justice delayed is justice denied. So I'm happy eventually that after 7 years, we finally got to this point where it is so obvious that he was guilty from the start based on the video evidence, based on the shell casings found. This is something that should not have taken 7 years, but yet here we are for some or other reason. Now, the big thing that everybody's talking about is, will he face jail time? I highly doubt it. I know that, when it comes to sentencing, he will use all the excuses in the book. Oh, he's got family that's reliant on him. He's the sole breadwinner. The usual bullshit people say when they don't want to go to jail, when they want to act like, oh, now suddenly I want to be a moral, upstanding citizen, right? But anyway, I think that he won't face jail time, but I do hope that he at least get 1 year in jail, so that means that he can't be a member of parliament anymore. I'm pretty sure that there are other tactics to approach that too. I mean, I'm sure political parties in parliament can request that he be removed as a member of parliament, and then the ethics committee can do an investigation, because he swore an oath of allegiance to South Africa when he became a member of parliament. And one of the things in that oath is that you swear to uphold the Constitution. But with him now being convicted of a crime and being a convicted criminal, he has broken his oath of allegiance to South Africa. So let's see what happens. I think because he's a first-time offender, even though for most of his life he's been offensive, there are many things that he's done that he's gotten away with. VBS, cough, cough, driving 213 kilometers an hour in a 120 zone, and then magically he's not convicted of that crime. It's endless. Singing kill the boer, kill the farmer, saying he's not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now, saying that they're going to slit the throat of whiteness. All of these things have been said by this hateful criminal. But yet, ultimately, I highly doubt that he will face 1 day imprisonment. But that's fine. Give him the fines. Let him be known as a convicted criminal. And ultimately, what we can hope for is that the Ethics Committee in Parliament does the right thing and remove him as a member of Parliament. He should never ever have been a member of Parliament, specifically with that hateful attitude of his where he hates and despises white people. It is not acceptable, and it should never ever be acceptable in South Africa that an individual can speak so badly about another ethnicity in this country. We are trying to build a united South Africa where people from all ethnicities, all sexual preferences and genders stand united, come together, and we don't need people like Julius Malema to derail this hope and dream of being a united country. So I have to say to the magistrate, well done, phenomenal job. I know that I called a tunny judge in the live streams that I did. If I said a judge in here, sorry, I mean magistrate. But let's see what happens. I will be live streaming this on the 23rd of January. It's a pity that it's going to take so long for him to be sentenced. But hopefully the magistrate comes out and clearly states that she is not going to open this up for an appeal. I believe that is why she read this out for, the last 3 days, which then means that if she doesn't allow it for an appeal, he has to go to the Supreme Court of Appeals and pretty much convince them that this case should be heard in order to be appealed, which makes it a lot more difficult for him to appeal this case. It's not just, hey, we're appealing it and there we go. So great day for South Africa. Great day for people that love this country. It's a terrible day for racists. It's a terrible day for the EFF. But hey, this is what you get when you want to act like an absolute idiot and an absolute racist. So job well done. South Africa healed a little bit today, and a little bit of my faith has been restored in the justice system as well. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video far and wide. And if you enjoy my content and you enjoy this channel, please consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below. And that's all I got to say. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre.